So wherever you are, hope you are doing well and you are doing fine. It is a beautiful day to be positive and keep on moving forward, no matter what you are faced with. 1 second. So today we're going to talk about the 5 side effects of kindness and what it means, isn't it? So hope you're ready. Hope you are prepared for today. I'll just change my background so you can see me. There you are. And I'll just read a book. I'm in the background so you can see. So today we're going to talk about the 5 side effects of kindness. It is the 5 side effects of kindness. Like kindness, you will know. So this book will make you feel better, be happier, and live longer. It is by David R. Hamilton at the top. I said him at the back, who is the author of the book. So what are the 5 side effects talk about? Makes us happier, is good for the heart, slows aging, improves relationships, and kindness is contagious. Despite what you might have been told, we are not inherently selfish. The truth is we are inherently kind. Scientific evidence has proven that kindness changes the brain, impacts the heart and immune system, is an antidote to depression, and even slows the aging process. We are actually genetically wired to be kind. In the 5 side effects of kindness, David Hamilton shows that the effects of kindness are felt daily throughout our nervous system. When we're kind, we feel happy and our bodies are healthiest. So when we are kind, our bodies are healthier. So if you are struggling with health and wondering why I'm not feeling good, be good. If you think you're aging fast, start being kind. Forget your beliefs, your traditions, what you're taught, start being kind. This is what helps. Well, scientific evidence has said that we are genetically wired to be kind, not to be selfish. So we've been taught we are greedy, so no, so we are wired to be kind. It's how we were created in the beginning. Be kind. Why? Because it makes us happier, makes you live longer, you feel better. And it is true, nowadays people have lost that element of kindness, whereby it's all about manipulation, it's all about superiority, inferiority, it's all about complex, it's all about what is not kind. That's what's happening. And look at where the world is now. Look where that has put us now. The whole world is in a state. Because why? Some of the things are missing. Simple things as kindness, being good to others. Some are even taking it for granted. Some are even taking it. Some are even begging for it, and they are not even kind. But here, so this is what we are going to talk about today. Despite what you have not been told, the truth is we are inherently kind. Yes, we are kind. We are built in it, but because society or our modern traditions have said we should stop being kind and go for the self first, or get what you want first, be yourself first, let others come second. Others are being too ahead, some are being too behind, so there's imbalance. That's why we think it's gone, it's of the past, we've been told it doesn't work anymore, and so people are dying, a lot of people are dying, and they know it themselves, because you cannot fool others, you can fool others, but you cannot fool yourself. Right? Others might think that you're doing well, but within you have that feeling within you, because inside you feel like you're missing out something. Why? Because I was once in times where I was never that kind. But the more kind I became, the more happy I am, and people tend to fight on the outside. But as we know, empty vessels make a lot of noise. Those always fighting outside means they have nothing, because they have nothing on the inside. Because if you are calm on the inside, or if you're full on the inside, you don't have to go outside and fight and expand the world and let others, and you take power over others, you want to oppress others, you want to be shy, you want to be oppressive, egoistic. You want, because you're I've checked yourself. You're in line, in balance with it. Why? Because one, I've experienced it. Two, because those who know much don't say much. You understand? There's a world a lot more than you know. And just because you know one thing doesn't mean you know everything. Everybody thinks you're right. If everybody thinks they're right, then everybody thinks everybody's wrong with it. Everybody knows I'm right. I'm right. No, they're wrong. What you've been told. So that's what let's go about kindness. But we're going to dive into it. The 5 side effects of kindness. So I'm going to find for you a book, see if you can get it in there. So if you want to find the book online, I'm going to share my screen and show you a few of the videos which you can find online as well. For other. So if you type in YouTube, there are plenty of videos about David Hamilton. So that's him. That's number 1 there. There's a few books. Hey House UK, Psychologist UK. We got Niscat TV, David Hamilton, The 5 Side Effects of Kindness book review. You got Maria Hawking, The Selfish Benefits of Kindness. So we've got the first, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Type in the title in YouTube. So they're all there. So you can read more, get more depth. I'll explain the way I explain, and then others will tell you how they explain. So it's good to read around so you can see, get a better definition. I'll help you explain it. Because people explain it from what they experience and the vocabulary. And some will resonate to you more because you understand what they say or because they have a different language than I use. So learn to read from other people as well. The same book from different perspective is good. Some can introvert, some can extrovert, some can be sanguine, melancholic, some can be choleric, phlegmatic, you know. So I can read from a shy perspective, some read from a confident perspective. But all in all, you can find the book, those who are in the videos on YouTube, they're all there. And then you can read from there, isn't it? So I'm going to begin now. It's 12:15, up to done by this in half an hour. So in the book, he talks about kindness makes us happy. So I'm going to read the preview of the book. Talk about who he is in the preface. And then you have a better introduction. So I'm going to put in the introduction where you. So I'll go for that so you can have a better understanding of the book and him and the man himself. So why kindness is good for you is his 4th book, published in 2010, February 2010. Oh, exactly 10 years, 11 years. It's a good, look at that. Exactly when it was published, exactly month he had reviewed the book, so exactly 11 months, 11 years ago. About a year later, he wrote a blog for his website that was based on some of the content from the book called The 5 Side Effects of Kindness. So as in all the blogs I write, I posted it and then left it alone. But a few years later, I started to check my web statistics, how many people visit my site every month, which pages are being viewed, etc. And I noticed that whenever I posted a blog, the number of views would peak that day and gradually drop over the next few days. But that hadn't happened with the 5 side effects of kindness. Why? It was getting a larger number of views. And in fact, in many of the months since I had posted it, it had more views than when I had first posted it. On average, it had been getting about 1,000 page views every month. Wow. And over the 5 years, it had become the most viewed blog on my website. It had been viewed in over 150 countries, and people had even started making up little infographics with the side effects on them and posting them online. Look at that, that is amazing. That's what you call viral content, when something is so good, people take on it and becomes another idea. It gives birth and it grows, and people start making infographics, effects, and posting them online. That's when you know the book was good, was great, isn't it? So I decided to turn it into a book. There has been a lot more scientific research in the area of kindness since I had first written why kindness is good for you. So there was a wealth of new information to draw on. I took about 10% of the content of why kindness is good for you, rewrote it, restructured it, made it shorter, and added 90% of 90% new content. And this is the result of the book. Well, that's a bit about the book. So you know what? So number one, he was his fourth book. He wrote a blog post and he got more views every month and said write a book about it. So he took 10% of the book before and added 90% to publish his book. And that was in February 2010, exactly 11 years ago. Perfect timing. Oh, amazing, isn't it? So in this book, you learn about how kindness alters the brain and how it dilates arteries and lowers your blood pressure. You learn that it is an antidote to depression and that it slows the 7 big processes of aging and even the aging at the cellular level. And you learn that we are all wired for kindness. Despite what you might have been told, we are not inherently selfish. The truth is we are inherently kind. I'm loving this. Oh. Somebody asked me, why side effects? Why not just 5 benefits of kindness? The answer is that I feel that side effects is a time more likely to capture people's attention. Also, we usually think of side effects in the context of the negative side effect of drugs. As a former scientist from the pharmaceutical industry, it feels good to be rebranding the term. So it's turning a negative into a positive. As we're going on with our film this month, turning negative into positive. So yes, side effects are always a negative term in the pharmaceutical industry. But I say use it as a positive, the side effects of a positive thing. Some people are like, side effects. So people come to think of them negative, and voila, I give it a positive, and we win. Victory to the positive. The side effect occurs alongside what's intended. When we intend to be kind, we may not expect anything else to happen, but many things do happen. So it's an addition, it's a bonus to what we are having, a side effect. So once we are kind, we may not expect anything else to happen, but many things do happen when you are kind. You get a bonus. And that is what he's talking about. So each chapter is dedicated to each of these side effects in turn, in which you learn about how and why it happens, the science that proves it, how it plays out in our lives, and how it affects children, adults, and older people. Along the way, there are also a few stories of acts of kindness performed by ordinary people and 50 suggestions for acts of kindness you can do yourself. That's a bit of a introduction. But before we begin, he talks about 5 questions that come up when I talk about the benefits of kindness. So why should we be seeking the benefit from an act of kindness? Why should we be seeking to benefit from an act of kindness? Does that make it selfish rather than kind? I'll leave it to you. So why is it that we are seeking why are we talking about the benefits of kindness? Why should we be seeking benefits from an act of kindness? And is it selfish if you want a benefit from being kind? I don't think it's wrong to be benefit from being kind. Why not? It's a winning situation. Somebody wins, you win. Why give and not get yourself? So my opinion, nothing wrong from benefiting. It's always bad, but no, it's good. So kindness is much bigger than any words and questions we can put around it. It is much bigger than our philosophies, than our debates about whether we are really altruistic or selfish. Kindness isn't black and white. It is multicolored. It's the rainbow. It is the whole nature together. Kindness is its own spirit of sorts. We tap into the spirit the moment we help someone, whether it's holding a door open, saying thanks, I appreciate you, buying a gift that we think someone will like, or sharing someone's workload to help ease their stress. Goodness me, I'm already feeling lifted. We are lifted by the spirit of kindness too, when giving doesn't cause any stress. That is, but what if it does? About the questions we need to wonder about in the book about side effects of kindness. So I'm gonna start the book now. So there are 5 Cycles of kindness. We're going to go into book one. I'm going to summarize the first part. Kindness makes us happier. How beautiful a day can be when kindness touches it, by George Elston. I repeat, how beautiful a day can be when kindness touches it. So, one of the meanings of kindness is the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. I repeat, one of the definitions of kindness is the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. Other meanings mean sympathy, gentleness, kind-heartedness, affection, benevolence, thoughtfulness, humanity, consideration, helpfulness, charity, human goodness, caring, compassion, goodwill, generosity, charitableness, and a good time. In plural, it means more than one act of kindness. Here's a story about how he was on a train to Edinburgh. The young man was struggling to take two big heavy suitcases on a big bag off the train. So he took one off for her. I told her I would walk out to the next platform with the case. When he got there, it was down lots of stairs. So the guy working at the station took it down the steps for me. The woman was so grateful and kept saying how kind everyone was, and if she was surprised to see kindness. So I was personally happy that she was having a really good experience with strangers. Next time you see somebody on a train needs help, help them the bags. So I helped her onto the train, and she gave me a big hug, and kept saying, "God bless you, God bless you." I was super touched by that. Two strangers on an empty train hugging each other and not able to stop smiling. For me, there's no better high than helping someone. I came away from that one the lucky one. I'm trying to think I've given nothing much, but he came to the one he won the lucky because he gave something out of kindness. So that is one of the stories he gives in here. So one of the wisest things my partner Elizabeth said is being kind will make you rich in happiness. If you want to be rich in happiness, be kind. One way to get rich in happiness is by being kind. If you're not very happy, try being kind to people, to strangers, to everyone. Yes. So one act of kindness is that kindness does make us happier. It is the everyday experience of people like you and me. But it's also the conclusion of a very large body of scientific research. In a study led by Sonja Yabromsky, is it correct? A psychology professor at the University of California, Riverside. Yeah. For example, volunteers were asked to perform 5 acts of kindness per week for 6 weeks. They're compared to a control group, which was simply a group of people not intentionally being kind. The many different acts of kindness the volunteers reported included donating blood, paying for someone's parking by filling the meter, helping a friend with homework, visiting an elderly relative, and writing a thank you letter. Librominski found that the people who performed the acts of kindness became happier. Those who didn't, well, didn't. And it turned out that the greatest gains in happiness were when the 5 acts were done on the same day. Oh, how many time today? Probably 0 today. Yeah, I've been kind. I've been taking a live video on Facebook. I've taken 1 hour out of my time to get out and speak to people about kindness. That's my random act of kindness today. So I've got 4 more to do. How many kinds out there? I must go out and look for someone to be kind. I'm in the zone. I am converted. One act of kindness is offer to carry an elderly person's shopping. That's one way you can do it. Wherever you find, offer to help somebody who's struggling with shopping, if you can. I mean, but struggling with shopping, offer to help them. Good luck with that. But especially the elderly, for those ones who need help, most people like think, "Hey, I'm young, what are you trying?" But elderly are always willing to. When they are lonely and they have to carry their own shopping because nobody's there for them. So always try to see somebody who's elderly, always try and help them out when they're shopping, whatever they're carrying. So in a different study now, nearly 500 people in the same book were divided into 4 groups. 2 of the groups were asked to perform acts of kindness, one group for others and the other for the world. E.g., they might pick up later. A third group was asked to do kind things for themselves, e.g., giving themselves a treat. The 4th group didn't perform an act of kindness at all for comparison purposes. So each person had their psychological and emotional well-being measured before the study and after the 6 weeks. After the 6 weeks, those who had been kind towards others and the world were happier. On the other hand, those who had been kind to themselves didn't report any significant change in happiness, which might come as a bit of surprise to some. No. A similar study found that people who, in response to general questions covering different scenarios, listed things like volunteering my time, give money to a person in need, or listen carefully to another point of view were happier, more satisfied with their lives, and had a greater sense of well-being compared with people who were more self-focused. And when scientists at the University of British Columbia in Canada asked 632 people to make a daily record of how they spend their money over a period of a month, noting everything from paying bills to shopping, eating lunch, and giving donations to charities and gifts to others, they found that the happiest people are those who listed spending money on others. Oh. Question to you guys, do you spend money on others? I do, not very often, I'm lying, but I do spend. I give those who donate sometimes. I need to start donating online on websites. That's what you do now, donate online. Than before yet. In another part of the same study, volunteers who were given $5 or $20. Half were asked to spend the money on others by the end of the day, and the other half was asked to spend it on themselves. At the end of the day, regardless of how much they've been given, those who spent the money on others were happiest. So it's quite natural if we are feeling blue to focus on ourselves and perhaps even treat ourselves in the hope that it will make us feel better. While it often does and can be important for building self-esteem, this piece of research shows that a better option might actually be to help others or to make a difference to the world. So that is one way a study. So we can be kind to ourselves, good treat ourselves to build our self-esteem. That is great, it's important, but if you want to do more, you can help others grow. So once you build your own self-esteem, then go out and build others. As I said, love yourself, love your neighbor. So the more you do good things for others, for your neighbors, the more kindness it is. So yes, kindness for others, doing random acts for others is good. Spending money on others, also spending yourself as well, on others as well, is good. Scientifically said they were a lot happier. So yes, kindness does make you happier. So when we help others, it's sometimes this connection we crave, and it's a connection that creates happiness. I repeat, when we help others, it is sometimes the connection we crave, and it's a connection that creates happiness. By helping others, we create a connection that creates happiness. And a story here gives some of the greatest pleasure he experienced was helping Oscar, who was a yellow Labrador, full of life and happiness. He passed away in November 2014 at the age of 2. He had bone cancer and did everything we could to help him. It's hard to put into words a sense of connection and happiness. Yes, happiness. Even though we feared he was dying, that came giving him what he wanted, what made him happy: toys, food, walk, play. When he smiled, yes, he smiled a lot, and wagged his tail ferociously. Our hearts simply filled up. Showing him love, kindness, and affection every day brought me out of the fear of losing him. If you have a fear of losing somebody, show them love, kindness, and affection. It was a difficult time, but the happiness I received from loving him was a reward that it etched in my heart, and it's a treat I'll still get to enjoy every time I think of him. In some of our studies about people say kindness only made people happier when they were kind to others and not to themselves, or when they gave money away instead of spending it on themselves. This shouldn't be taken to mean that treating ourselves can't make us feel better. Okay, so kindness is also a boost to self-esteem. Kindness makes us all happier, but it can make some of us very happy. This was the outcome of some research published in the Journal of Happiness study that involved 119 Japanese women. Yes, so 20 in a kindness group and 48 in a control group for comparison. So kindness can help you boost your self-esteem. Giving makes young children happy. I'm in a book still. Giving makes young children happy. Yep, right at the bottom there. The kindness of children is something that scientists have studied a lot. One piece of research conducted at the University of British Columbia in Canada investigated what happened when toddlers under the age of 2 gave away toys or sweets. The toddlers were playing a game with a puppet, something often used in research to study children's moral behavior under controlled conditions. During the game, they were occasionally given treats. The question was, would they be happier receiving treats themselves or giving them to the puppet? You guessed it, they were happier when they gave treats to the puppet than when they received them themselves. Not only that, but they were happier even when they gave up the chance of receiving a treat themselves so that the puppet could receive it. Be as a child, be happy. Kindness can reduce your social anxiety. Kindness can reduce your social anxiety. Social anxiety is a worry or fear of being in certain situations. It can erode our confidence and happiness. We worry that we might not be able to keep our conversation, but we might get nervous, sweat, blush, be embarrassed, be humiliated in some way, be rejected. So by being kind, it improves your positive emotion throughout the day, and it keeps you away from anxiety. It's one way if you have anxiety, get pretty anxious or things, always be kind, right? Get some kind things in there. Go out, be kind. And one thing you can do is pay for somebody, help somebody, give away something, then spend the money on somebody. Help another person, help a neighbor, whatever they need help with. Do someone's work. Let somebody cook, go take somebody out for a day. Be kind. So it is an antidote to depression. There we go. So that is the kindness when it makes you happy. So they've done other studies here as well, which I'll move forward. So another one says it takes you out of your comfort zone as well. So here it does physical changes in the brain. Some people like to meditate on kindness. Buddhists are fans of this. The loving kindness meditation is a Buddhist exercise that helps us develop our sense of kindness and compassion. Buddhists have been practicing it for centuries, but it has recently received attention in the West and has been studied because of its health-giving effects. Compassion increases happiness. Compassion is like going to someone's suffering, sharing to them and wishing them relief from it. It comes just before kindness. I repeat, compassion is like going into someone's suffering, sharing to them and wishing them relief from it. It comes just before kindness. Empathy is, I feel with you. Compassion feels bigger. It compasses empathy, but has the conscious wish that you may be free of your suffering. Be more compassionate with people and their sufferings. The kindness of gratitude. Gratitude is the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and present kindness, counting blessings. One way to be more kindness is to be grateful. I'm now going to move on to the second act of kindness, which is kindness is good for the heart. Fact number 2, kindness is good for the heart. Wherever you go with all your heart. I love that. By who? Confucius. Wherever you go with all your heart. Sometimes you go with half hearts. We all guilty, trust me. The love hormone. Kindness will produce a hormone called oxytocin, and oxytocin is responsible for a whole range of positive effects in the heart and arteries. Those into positivity. Keeping on with film this week. Once your kindness, it produces oxytocin, and it is responsible for a whole range of positive effects on the heart and arteries. So one way of developing positivity is by being kind. The feelings brought about by kindness, warmth, elevation, inspiration, emotional connection, have a physical impact. Yes? Because of the heart. Next about the total effect. So oxytocin is also well known for its role in childbirth. It plays a major role in mothers, helping mothers bond with their infants. So important is oxytocin that it is on the World Health Organization's list of essential medicines, which are medicines considered of most importance in the basic health system. So if you are struggling, especially now, find some oxytocin. It will have positive effects on your brain and you, especially your heart and your arteries. Sometimes what you're going to come out of sickness is just do something, be kind, not really too much. So just be kind. So the acts that you do that will cause you to be well or to be sick. Think about it that way. Oxytocin is a cardioprotection, serving to protect the heart, especially from heart disease. That's what cardioprotective means. But also things are cardioprotective. Common sense tells us that exercise is cardioprotective. A person can also have a cardioprotective diet, like the Mediterranean diet, which is rich in fresh tomatoes, salads, fish, and olive oil. So oxytocin is a cardioprotective hormone, which also makes any feeling or action that produces it a cardioprotective feeling or cardioprotective action. Therefore, we can say that kindness is a cardioprotective, love is cardioprotective, and bonding with people and animals is cardioprotective because kindness, love, and bonding all produce oxytocin. So you can tell stop bonding, stop making friends, cheat on others, no, don't be loyal, don't hate. But you lose that bond, and that's why your hearts grow cold because there's no bonding in your heart anymore. So once you bond with people and with animals, with animals, bond with animals, you allow to produce your characteristic oxytocin, which is protects your heart from heart disease. So if you're suffering heart disease, get a bond with an animal. Some people in the West get bonds with animals. If you haven't got always bond with somebody, get a bond. Animals are very good for that. But you know, I had an animal when I was young. I had two, I cut my throat, and the bond I had was so great. So love the animals. Don't always go to kill animals just because of hunger, because of your own needs. Let us bond with animals, give them a bond, because it helps us in protecting our heart from heart disease. It helps us produce oxytocin. I don't know much about oxytocin, but that's the best. So oxytocin is a cardioprotection. It helps to self-protect the heart as a cardioprotective mechanism. It's also on the World Health list for one of the most important medicines, and it helps with the heart, have a positive effect on the heart. As two, oxytocin. Also, Viagra for arteries. Kindness is Viagra for arteries. Literally, Viagra is really just a clever way to enhance the action of nitric oxide. It does it in the arteries that deliver blood to the penis, essentially increasing the flow of blood there. So once you have kindness, it helps enhance the nitric oxide in your arteries. Nitric oxide is the most important substance in the human body. It's incredibly important for the heart and for the entire cardiovascular system. It's been called a miracle molecule by Dr. Louis Ignarro, who received the 1998 Nobel Prize for Medicine or Physiology for his work on it. So nitric oxide can prevent and even reverse cardiovascular disease. Our arteries produce it for the purpose of lowering blood pressure into the normal range and for improving blood flow to the heart, muscles, and other organs. That's a bit about it. So how can kindness produce oxytocin? Number one, through feeling elevated. Once you are kind, it elevates you, and once you're elevated, you'll produce more oxytocin in your blood. Number two, comforting someone. When you comfort someone, you produce oxytocin in both the comforter and the comforted. One study found that the mother loving and comforting a child produced oxytocin in the child. So by comforting someone, you're helping them produce oxytocin in theirs and in you as well. A warm emotional contact. Any kind of warm emotional contact really produces oxytocin. Supporting a friend or loved one. You produce oxytocin anytime you're there for a friend or loved one in need. After just thinking about it, just as you be so think about it will produce oxytocin. Some don't need to be actually in a loving kind of situation to produce oxytocin. just speaking loudly or fondly about someone you love, an experience of kindness or connection or moment of warm contact produces oxytocin. That's the power of force. Just speaking the image in your mind will produce the kindness. So another way to be kind is to think of the thought. Visualize yourself being kind. This is the power of the mind to create that experience and it will create oxytocin for you. Number 6 is hugs. I haven't done hugs for a long time. Goodness me, I'm guilty. Hugs produce oxytocin too. So if you're into the hugs, go hugs, the emotional, genuine hugs, like a piece of oxytocin. And that is good for you. Back. So kindness also softens our arteries. Those one. So that's a bit about kindness is good for the heart. So it makes a name here called kind connection. The way it says a relationship in which one person or thing is connected to another, where the relationship is characterized by kindness. That's a good word. I love that's a nice one over there. Kind connection right to the top. That's a word he it's a good word. I don't know if you dictionary, but that is great. Okay, it's a made up word. It means kind connections. That is great. Being kind to animals, forming kind connections with animals is very good for the heart. Studies show that people who have a dog or cat in the family generally have lower blood pressure than those people who don't have one. Blood pressure generally comes down when you stroke an animal. I love animals. So when you stroke your pet, it lowers the blood pressure. Don't do it with a bad heart, do it with a nice heart, you know. So love the animals, keep them in there. And also gratitude is also highly protective. So always show gratitude. One way to protect your heart is by being grateful. Those who are grateful always protect their heart from heart diseases and many illnesses, because why they are happy, they are grateful. A hug a day will keep the cardiologist away. So out of kindness is brief, have friends someone in need, make a donation to a charity, like our page, for example, subscribe to ML Book Club, join us the next meeting. Those are acts of kindness. You know, giving you ideas here, you know. So in summary, this talks about kindness uplifts us. The feeling of kindness causes the release of oxytocin. Nitric oxide also helps protect against the formation of the plaque that can lead to a heart attack. And then, so kindness protects the heart. Being kind to animals is good for the heart. Kindness is also an antidote to stress. Hugs are good for the heart. For the third effect, kindness slows aging. Ta-da! You don't stop laughing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop laughing. So the age thing, oh, I'm too old. No, old because you stop, not because you're aged. Michael Pritchard. What is aging? So in a nutshell, it's the process of getting older. So there is our chronological age and there's also our biological age. Our chronological age is the number of years since our birth, the age we celebrate on our birthday. Our biological age, on the other hand, is the apparent age of our body, and it depends on a lot of things. That can be a diet, exercise, stress levels, attitude, whether you're kind or not, whether you come to book club meetings and stuff, whether you subscribe to our page and click the notifications. All those factors which affect your biological age. Just to put that in there. So one way kindness help is to slow down the aging. So some big agers are muscle degeneration, reduced vagal tone, inflammation, oxidative stress, depleted nitric oxide, shortening telomeres, and immunosenescence. About the 7 major big ages why people age. Nothing to do with the years at all. So it's muscle degeneration. Once you reduce your vagal tone, inflammation causes aging, oxidative stress, depleted nitric oxide, shortening telomeres, and immunosenescence. Immunosenescence, the one I had before, so it's new vocabulary for me. All those are ways which help you, which causes aging in there. So that's going to talk about it. I'm going to move to the end. there are ways of where you can be aged. So all those seven of them are mentioned. One way is to be kind, and to help you use that. Something on there. So talk about oxytocin, building up a telomeres. I'm talking about aspirin. The immunosenescence is a gradual weakening of the immune system that occurs with age. That's still a same book. I'll put it in there. That's a new word for those who didn't know. I didn't know it as well. Now I know. So immunosenescence is the gradual weakening of the immune system that occurs with age. So that is what kindness is about. So I'm going to summarize the chapter. So I'll give you the 7 ways that help you age, 7 big ages. I said there are more, but those are the 7 big ones. So the 7 processes of aging can be slowed down by kindness. Kindness helps muscle regeneration. Kindness also boosts your vagal tone, help us to improve our ability to neutralize persistent low-grade inflammation. Talk about oxytocin. Kindness helps with the oxytocin, also nitric oxide as well. So the feelings of elevation that kindness produces will help boost your immune system. So compassion and emotional support have been shown to substantially slow the loss of telomere length. This is the book. So number 4, kindness improves relationships. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. Have you been loved before? Love yourself, love your neighbor. One of it's being kind. So acts of kindness. Take somebody out in the night. Send chocolates at Christmas. To accompany that has provided a good service. Say thank you to those. Always be kind. Find something to be kind to. I'm been kind for a while. One of these. So it says little things that count. It's about relationships. It's about a tribe, how it affects people in the tribe. It's about a magic ratio, some plus from elderly person. What's your style? Another way to show kindness in a relationship is when your partner shares good news with us, giving us the opportunity to participate in it. So this is about participating in relationships. So as we offer kindness in a relationship, it gets stronger and it's more likely to stand the test of time. So if you are in a relationship that's not really going well, offer more acts of kindness every day. In fact, kindness is the top of the list of factors that produce happiness and satisfaction in a relationship. This applies not only to our romantic relationships, but our relationship with friends, family members, and work colleagues too. So if you're in a relationship, try to be kind. You cannot find a person who is very kind and do the same as well. So kindness is one of the top factors, list of factors that produces happiness and satisfaction in your relationships as work, business, in your romantic, in your friends. So find relationships which are kind of build them. Don't settle for less. Never settle for less. Never lower your standards of kindness. Never ever lower your standards of kindness. Give a helping hand, buy a book for someone, other ways in which you can be kind. I'll skip to the end and give you the summary of that. So kindness is what most of us want in a partner. It's what we find most attractive and what people find attractive in us. It's your kindness, not appearance. Yes. Kindness helps us shine. Kindness is what makes friendships and relationships successful. All right. So that is act of kindness. Number 5, kindness is contagious. Remember, there's no such thing as a small act of kindness. Every act creates a ripple with no logical end. Every act creates a ripple with no logical end. I'm convinced. Contagious means capable of being transmitted from one person or organism to another. The source of a ripple effect. Let's think of a specific time when you saw someone demonstrate humanity's higher or better nature. You saw someone doing something good, honorable, or charitable for someone else. Let's think of a specific time when someone did something really good for you. Get it out. Get it real. That's what we talk about. Happiness. The kind of things happens every day. Just don't notice it. Ripple effect. One kind act leads to another. Motivation usually leads to action. Elevation motivates us to be kind, so we will follow through with actual kindness. Sometimes we plan them, sometimes we don't. We think of helping particular people in our lives and then we act. Sometimes we simply act on opportunities as they present ourselves. And that causes a ripple effect. So keep on being kind because a great ripple effect. No matter how young or old, don't worry about race or color or gender, be kind. Be kind, be kind. Okay? Be kind. Because a great ripple effect and keeps going on. It keeps on, it's no end to kindness. It keeps on going. That's the thing. So if you keep on being kind, because of great ripple effect and it keeps on moving forward. So big kindness in the workplace, big kindness in the workplace, in your business, in your career, in your relationships. Order for somebody, send somebody a card to somebody giving you a service, whether your company paying your bills, or those who are doing for you a service in the house, send them a thank you card, show some kindness. Those who are doing for your service, thank you. Send them something out you would expect and show them kindness and kindness. So that is it. So give someone money. Give someone some money who needs it. I found someone I know I need to give that. Give someone a hug for no reason. Write a poem or song for someone. The tips. Spread the word. Search out inspirational or funny videos on YouTube, Facebook, or any social media channel, and send to someone who needs it. Oh, I'm going to do this today. Someone does something kind for you, do something kind for someone else. Pay it for. Do it for me, do it to somebody else. Keep it going. Don't let it stop with you. Don't let it end. So keep it going. Let the chain be unbroken. So that is it for you. So in closing thoughts, every act of kindness matters. It matters to the people we help. It also has side effects. In the moment of kindness, something takes over. It's the spirit of kindness takes over you. It warms our hearts and minds. It lifts us. Kindness is bigger than our reasons for being kind. It's bigger than our debates, bigger than our philosophies, bigger than our religions. Kindness bigger than our tribe, our genders, our race, our colors, everything. Kindness is the language that the deaf can hear and the blind can see. I'll put it so you can pause the video and just go through that part. They're all right there. In summary of all those are the closing thoughts. That the 7-day kindness challenge. I've set a few ground rules to make it interesting and help you get motivated. Number one, must do something different every day. You can do the same 2 things on 2 different days, but it only counts the first time. Push yourself out of your comfort zone and at least once. That is, do something that stretches you. At least one of your acts of kindness must be anonymous. That is, no one must know it was you who did it. You can't tell anyone. If you can go further, make a 21-day kindness challenge. Let me know how you get on. I'm up for this. I'm going to create a kindness challenge for those who are interested. Thank you, David Hamilton. We shall begin our kindness challenge up to our next book club as well. So that is it. That's the book. So we're adding it on the challenge. So do something random every day. Go to the comfort zone. Push yourself on one of them. Nobody should know it was you who did it. Don't even say it was. Don't even brag. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is the book, The 5 Side Effects of Kindness by David Hamilton. Yes. Right here. It has been a great hour. Because time flew so by because I was enjoying it. I was reading the book. I didn't want to finish right now. Time's up, time's up. You have to know when to stop as well. And I loved it. So those are the 5 side effects of kindness. They have got case studies. They have more experiments in there. They have scientific evidence about kindness. And remember, it's just something you got to do for yourself, just to be affecting it. It helps you out. As you can see, it benefits you by being kind. Forget what you've been taught about benefiting yourself. It's you're wired to be kind as a human being, as a person. If you are, we are wired to be kind. So don't let anyone take away from you. I repeat, don't let anyone take away kindness, because why? You get heart disease, you start getting sicknesses, pressures will kick in. It is a protective. It helps protect your heart. Kindness protects your heart. Your heart helps you run your body. My goodness, if you have a heart attack, that's it, you're gone. I repeat, you're gone, no matter who you are. If someone tells you stop being kind, the consequences are one way to protect your heart is by being kind. And that's a free way of protecting your heart. So let others convince you that cancer is bad, that it's terrible, it's evil. No, don't let anyone convince you, no matter who they are. Let them die of their own lack of kindness. But you keep on being kind, because that is one the benefits. And the side effect is once you're being kind, other things come upon you. Other things come upon you when you're being kind. So every day is a chance to be kind, no matter what. Every day is a chance to be kind. I hope you enjoyed today's book club. We're here every last Wednesday of the month. We have this session where we go around. Sometimes we'll be talking about books on Facebook, but our meetings will always be the last Wednesday of each month. So our next meeting, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be on March. Let's get it here. I think I have it here. Yes, even March 31st actually is the last Wednesday of the month. So we shall see you on March 31st for our book club. That's going to be 5 weeks from now, because March has 5 Wednesdays. So the last Wednesday is going to be the 5th Wednesday of March, where we shall see you for another lovely book. I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you did. It's a new year, so we're going to do more of the book club now. We began last year, but went down. Obviously, we stopped a bit. People went their ways, but we don't give up. Keep on going on. Book club is for here. Book club is for everyone, and go online and reach more people around the world. Be kind, be kind, be kind. I repeat, be kind, be kind. I'm already elevated. I'm already in my mood. I'm happier. I'm ready to go out and do some kindness. Take care of yourself until March the 30th, 31st. Remember, we're going to start our challenge of kindness. It's going to be 7-day or 21 days. I go 21 days because I want to do it every day, so I keep up the mood of being kind. Others can join us. We'll have an event about the challenge of kindness and keep it going. Remember, we're having our summit today, this Friday, February 26th at 1 p.m. on Ariel Academy. Check out the event on Facebook. It's there, also on the page. Talking about the positive summit, and one way to be positive is to be kind. So this ties in with our event. So everything is working at perfect time. And this book was released in February 2010. March was released is when we're doing the review, and it's about positivity. And this week's about positivity, and then we're going to add more kindness. So everything is coming in at the right time. Hey, hallelujah, amen. So all that is coming in at the right time. So see you on Friday for Positive Summit from 1 to 4, talking about positivity. And we have something else to add in as well. That's our challenge as well, and we are good to go. Take care of yourself. Remember to be kind, and be kind. Shalom.